This is my path, my journey. I'm willing to explain it all to you guys. No holding back anything. I just hope you're ready for the experience, and I just hope you can handle it. What's funny is I was gonna take the blanket off for the video, and I was like, fuck that. Like, I'm gonna be comfortable for my video. But nah, what I want to talk about is I want to talk about being yourself. So many people don't know who they are, and so many people do know who they are. Now, if you know who you are, then you know what to do, you know what you want to do, you know what you don't want to do, you know why you do it. You have a feeling of why. It's almost like you gave yourself a purpose in life because you know yourself, so you know what you want in life. Now, there's a lot of people that don't know what they want in life, that don't know themselves, and because of that, they have, they can't really. I mean, what do you do if you don't know what to do? You don't really do. You just go through instead of doing, instead of innovating, instead of changing, instead of changing the game that's being played. Because I wanted to make this video because I was deep thinking, and like I don't know. I was thinking about all my with the thing that's going on with YouTube. I'm trying not to say certain words, right? Because even the algorithm could probably pick up shit even if it's not in the title. So, but um my experiences with something that rhymes with hypodelic or hypodelics um they were really deep, right? And I don't know, it changed my entire life. And I made a video earlier about the censoring thing. And briefly I want to bring this up because I just thought about it when I kind of censored myself there. Fuck that. I had deep ass experiences with DMT, psychedelics, LSD, mushrooms. I don't give a goddamn. That's who I am. I've done ayahuasca. I've done many plants. I smoke cannabis. I take kratom. This is just me. And I'm not scared to be me. This is what I mean. So many people, it's because we live in a society where it's like they look down upon people who do substances and do drugs, and oh, you're a druggie, and oh, you're just trying to get high, and oh, and I don't give a fuck what you think. So that's why I'm just comfortable being me. I love being me. I love human beings so goddamn much because I've had so many deep experiences, right? And I understand that if you have to love human beings because that's the self. It's all the self. Everything. The camera I'm holding, well, my phone I'm holding, the salt rock behind me. Everything is the self. Everything. So I think because everything is the self, we just need to start to understand the self. It's deep as fuck. But like I said, I was deep thinking over there, and I was just deep thinking about my experiences. How I'm actually probably about to have some more experiences with something. Yeah, yeah, something that flies you to space. I'll tell you that much. But and it's been a long time. It's been like a year and a half. But reality is that, man, knowing yourself, like, geez, like Gary Vee's talked about it. So many people have talked about it. But knowing yourself really, 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 really is the fucking key to doing everything you've ever wanted to do and being happy and whatever. I feel like people, so my dad, for example, my dad is a big, especially nowadays, right? My dad wasn't really there, and I can't say he wasn't really there because my dad was there when I was a kid. It's just we never built that bond because it wasn't enough time together, not enough connection, not enough deep connection like that, and that's okay because we're getting it now. But it's like I don't know. Back then, he wasn't really much of an influence on me, but he was though. Even though, I didn't see him. Those times that I did see him, I would make the best of those times, right? And I would also be very observant. I would be observant that he's a musician. He's been making music. He was in the music industry. He's probably in the music industry for, geez, probably like 30, 40 years. I don't know how long now, but it's been a while now. Um, but I just think that watching him make music made me want to make music. And then now it's like it's different because I wanted to start a business before I realized what he was doing. But like he's been doing his thing with internet radio stations, and he's had an internet radio station forever now. Now he has a bunch of them. He's doing this with people now, trying to invest in a real radio station. I think in North Carolina. But like he's up there in age. He's in his 50s, and he still has that drive, that ambition, that I'm gonna fucking do what I want to do and what I love to do no matter what. And I honestly realize that's where I get it from. It's in the DNA. It's like some people, I don't know. And it's interesting because it's all about perspective. Because some people would have dwelled on the fact that, oh, I only seen my dad every other weekend, or I only got to see my dad this day or that day, or I only got to, whatever. And they would dwell on that, and they would leave it at that, and then they would never be able to build a relationship with their father because they're dwelling on that. You gotta learn to let that shit go and accept the fact that we're all human, we're all one, we're all the same being, we're all the same consciousness inside experiencing life through different humans. But it's like, you have to understand that you fuck up. We all fuck up. And I really think that, that really influenced me. And it still influences me. It makes me think that, it's slightly in the DNA, but it's all mindset. It's all mindset. He inspires me to think that even when I'm 40, 50 years old, I'm not going to lose my, like, drive. I'm not going to lose my inspiration. I'm not going to lose my motivation. I'm not going to lose my what I really want, who I really am, because it's just I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy just looking at the big picture, and so many people are scared to look at the big picture of what's really going on. And it's okay if you're comfortable in your little bubble, and that's fine. But I'm starting to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. I'm starting to be comfortable with doing things I've never done before, learning things I've never learned before. Continuously learning things I've never learned before, because I'll be the first to admit, there's so many things in business that I have no clue about, like absolutely no idea. Somebody could, there's some like business words or whatever that I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? But it's like the fact that I ask, like, what does that mean? What is this? What is that? What is that? I'm quick to tell somebody I don't know, because that's the quickest way to know. It's the quickest way to learn something. The quickest way to learn is to be like, yo, I don't know what you're talking about. Can you explain it to me? And if you explain it and you still don't understand, well, can you explain it a little differently or in a different way? Too many people are worried about what people think of them. I think that's the issue with, like, with being the self, right? Most people don't know who they are, because they know who they are, but they were always been repressed to be that and scared to be that because everyone else isn't like that and whatever. Like, everyone is different from each other. That's the issue. We as a society try to fit in with each other or fit in with certain crowds or certain whatever, but in reality, it's just, I really think that fitting in, yes, there is a certain type of people that that you will, I guess, click with better. But reality, you're never going to be exactly like them, because there's nobody like you. Nobody. There's 7 billion people on this planet for a reason. For a reason. Because we're all different from each other, yet we're all so much alike. But we're also worried about on our differences that we can't realize how alike we are. We can't realize that we're more like that place than anything. That is us. Life is so much deeper than what we've been told and what we've been taught. But, with the way things are going, that information might be lost somehow. But we have to try to make sure it's not. Knowledge cannot be destroyed. There's some knowledge that cannot be destroyed. And I think the knowledge of the fact that in the beginning when you were born, you had a certain personality, certain traits, certain things you like to do, you had a certain way you thought. The way you thought was different than other kids. Nobody thinks the same, but yet we all have very similar thought processes. Like I said, we're similar, but we're not all this exact same. We're different. And what makes us different is the best things in us. That's our best traits, is our differences. But yet we look at it like it's a problem. And that's what seems to cause all these problems, all these wars, all these issues, political issues. Now there's censorship issues with Google and YouTube censoring psychedelic content, and philosophers and deep thinkers and weed tubers and people expressing themselves and taking their plants, because it's always about censoring a plant. But they're trying to disconnect us from Mother Nature. They're trying to disconnect us. And I'm going to tell you this. If they disconnect us, we will find a way to get reconnected. We've done it many times, and we'll do it again. We are way too powerful for anyone to stop us. So in reality, once you figure out what you love to do, there's a feeling that you'll feel, right? When I make music, right? I started making music at 11 years old. When I make music, there's a feeling that I feel. And this feeling is absolutely beautiful. It's like a euphoric drug feeling. Music was the first actual hard drug I started doing, and I started doing it at 11 years old. And that feeling that it gave me was so euphoric and so beautiful and so amazing that I chased that my entire life, my entire childhood. I took away time from school for that. I sat there and made 11 mixtapes in 1 year, and each mixtape had at least 15 to 20 songs on it. Some had 22 songs on it. I'm not saying all those mixtapes were good, because I was back before I actually got really good. But what I am saying is that, man, I just drowned myself. I got obsessed with music. And that's how you know that's what you are. Because if you're so obsessed with something that you just can't live without it, you love it, you feel that drug feeling. Because when I wanted to start a business, right, that feeling that I got in the beginning when I was like, yo, I want to start a business, it was the same feeling I got when I said, hey, I want to start rapping. And that made me think, okay, this is why I need to do this. This is what I need to do. This is who I am too, apparently. And I'm chasing a feeling. Most people are so disconnected from their feelings, so disconnected from what is, that they can't see. But that's why a lot of people don't know who they are. But I'm telling you, if you look in the mirror and you realize and you reconnect with your feelings and you feel around the world, don't just look at the world, feel the world. Don't forget who you are, because if you forget who you are, you will condition yourself, and you won't be like my dad, who's still chasing his dreams at 50 years old. You'll be 50 years old, complacent. Sitting there complacent, okay with what society wanted to give you. Okay with not really being able to, fully say, yo, I tried my goddamn hardest in life. Because we get complacent. We have goals. Everyone has goals. A lot of people say they don't have goals, but it's like at one point you had a goal. You had something you wanted to do, and then either your parent, either your teacher, either society, either your friends, either whoever, you let somebody tell you that goal wasn't realistic or that whatever, and it distracted you from your goal. And forever and ever, you now believe, you started to believe your own lies. You started to believe, oh, it's okay that I didn't accomplish my goal, because, life's not about necessarily that. It's about this and this and this and all this, and making up excuses to, to other people, when really you're the one that has to feel your own feelings. You're the one that has to deal with your own happiness, because The happiest people are the people that are doing the things they love to do. It's not the rich. It's not the rich. It's really not. It's not the rich. It's not the better off. It's not the privileged. It's not the whatever. The people that are doing what they love to do are the happiest people in the world. And like honestly, like I might be, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but I know that I'm happier now than I was a year ago. And a year ago I was making more money than I am now. So, and I had a little less stress than I do now. But yet I'm still happier than I was a year ago, which makes me think that, dude, like this is just what I was meant to do. I love making the feeling I get right now, like right now in this exact moment while I'm making this video is the same feeling I get while I make music, when I said, yeah, I want to start this business, like when I, you know, whatever. There's of course times with it where it's hard as fuck, it's hard to do, but you just gotta do. And once you do and do more, you'll figure out what you don't like, and if you realize what you don't like, you can try to get to the things that you do like. And then you'll be good. Because I only say that because this is what has worked for me. It might not work for you, but it worked for me. So that's why I'm sharing it with you guys. But have a good night. And yeah, this is a really dope talk. I don't even think I'm going to edit this video at all. I'm going to thank the clip dagger, the cannabis, and the kratom. But yeah, and of course the fact that I'm just getting better at making videos and being more comfortable with the camera and just speaking my mind and being honest and just being me, you know, because sometimes I'll edit out like just swear words or when I'm just saying fuck shit, you know, whatever, but it's like, nah, you know, just roll with it and be me, and even roll with the fuck ups. If you fuck up, just go with it, who cares, you know. But I fucking love you guys, man, I really do. Peace out.